Besides Libya, many Americans are thinking about the federal government in another way tonight. Thousands of New Orleanians are joining millions of Americans in post office lines and last-ditch efforts to meet the midnight deadline. Mike Longman reports.
With only hours left to spare, New Orleanians idled in line, waiting to make the midnight deadline. With horns blaring, occasional tempers flaring, the procession filed by postal workers, who grabbed the handfuls of returns through passenger door windows and even sunroofs. Some filing returns now consider their procrastination something of a strategy.
I think they wait till 11th hour to give it back, so I'll wait till 11th hour to give it back to them.
Are you receiving or collecting?
Giving.
Others chose not to make the midnight deadline and were filing an extension instead of a return.
Well, hopefully I'll just have to pay a penalty in dollars and not years.
There were even those in line who were still working with their tax form.
I sealed it up and something made me missing, and I wanted to make sure.
And nearby at the Hyatt Regency, a Harahan couple drove downtown at the last minute to take advantage of an IRA tax shelter. The right to keep a few extra bucks from Uncle Sam doesn't come cheap.
Some major bucks, yes, to save, well, it comes off the top of your gross and your retirement, so.
It's not just people who owe money who wait this late to file. Some of these people are getting money back.
Just procrastinating.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Well, good luck on getting it back. When do you think you'll see the money?
Hopefully by the 4th of July.
The IRS has already handled 67 million returns and paid out $33 billion. Those filing now and expecting a return can expect to wait about 7 to 8 weeks. Mike Longman, Eyewitness News, Night Watch.
And still to come on Eyewitness News Night Watch, Mayor Morial stages a media event.
That and the tough choices legislators will face next week.
Another sign of the end of an era in New Orleans politics tonight. Outgoing Mayor Dutch Morial threw another party, this for the local media. Morial has often criticized the press for what he says is unfair treatment, but tonight he treated the press to crawfish, beer, and music. Though he tried to keep the evening light, Morial fired off a bit of sarcasm in describing the soiree.
Go ahead. It's a thank you party. Thanking them for all the kind treatment I received. For all their graciousness, their hospitality, and their kindness over the last 8 years. And showing them how much I appreciate 8 years of inaccuracies.
The Morial administration officially comes to an end May 5th. Still to come on Eyewitness News Night Watch, there is still time to see Halley's Comet.
Dave Barnes will tell us the best time and place to view it. Dave, do you think when they changed the name from Halley's that it messed it up, just made it kind of boring?
I don't think they changed the name. It was always Halley's. Don't tell me that now.
You mean that little thing is what you can talk about?
You've got to go out. You've got to go far out of town to an area, maybe on the coast, where there aren't many lights to look at it. The main thing is no lights around, and it'll be around 10 and 11 o'clock. We'll see in just a moment. Okay. 61 degrees under clear skies, and the skies will be clear the next night or two to view Halley's Comet. Audubon has 63, Slidell 64, the humidity 56%, the barometric pressure 30.05, steady winds from the west at 8 miles per hour, and now a look at Halley's Comet. Indeed, it will still be visible for the next few days. It's near Centaurus. Here it is, located right up here. It would be for the next day or two to the north and, or rather above and to the right of the main body of Centaurus at about, this is a rough angle, 22 degrees above the horizon, and it's a little bit west of due south and can be viewed between 10 and 11 p.m. So good luck. The skies will be clear tonight and tomorrow night. That big storm is still milling around up around the Great Lakes region at the present time, with the winds rotating in a counterclockwise and inward direction into the low pressure system. The winds are now down to only 30 to 40 miles per hour. You remember yesterday they were blowing at speeds of over 80 miles per hour, and the snow up there is kind of wet in most area, occurring in places like Illinois and Indiana and Michigan and western parts of Ohio, but a lot of it is mixed with rain. Not quite as cold as it was yesterday, although it's still a little on the chilly side in that region there. there, and there's a cold front, a pretty strong one, moving into the western part of the country, bringing some rain, and in the higher elevations of the northern Rockies, even some snow in that region there. And we'll be watching that front because it's going to move on toward the east, and it could affect us over the weekend. But for tomorrow, high pressure is going to give us another beautiful day. The high temperatures tomorrow will be in the 40s and 50s in the northeast, except in the higher elevations in the 30s where the snow occurs. And as far as the evening forecast is concerned, it couldn't look much better. Clear and cool with the lows in the 40s north of the lake, also areas to the west and east, and the areas to the south of the lake mostly in the low to mid-50s. Here in the city, somewhere in the middle 50s, most likely, the way it is right now. Sunny and mild tomorrow with a high 75 to 80 degrees. And then let's take a look at the extended period. Over the weekend, there's a possibility that this front, accompanied by an upper-level trough, could move into eastern Texas and increase the moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico. If that works, we do have a chance for showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. The possibility that it won't work is because of the fact that the main storm center, I think, is going to end up being to the north of us. Nonetheless, there's enough of a chance for showers and thunderstorms over the weekend that I'm going to now put it in as a risk over the weekends, and you'll notice it'll be warm and humid. But for the next 2 days, that is the following 2 days after tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, will still be fair and on the mild side. In fact, during the afternoon, I would say it will be darn right warm. The marine forecast calls for northerly winds 12 to 18 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet, and fair skies through tomorrow. The average range on the tides near the open coast about 1.5 feet or almost so. The lake temperature 70, the sea temperature 67 degrees. And good luck to everybody viewing the Comet. I do hope you see it.
Yeah, you got to have 20/20 vision for this now, don't you, Dave?
I do.
And binoculars. Still ahead, the